So we are back to following Fariza podcast. Today I have a male it's like it was a gender based choice.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, please, Akhil, introduce yourself. Who are you? Who
I'm a male.
Okay.
For
You're the
starters,
male. Okay.
I'm the male.
Alpha male, beta male,
I'm just a male.
sigma.
I'm just a human male
Human.
trying to be a better
I'm a
human day by
human
day.
woman.
A human woman, yeah, fair.
Uh-huh.
And what do I say? I mean,
What do you do? Like, where you from? Like, give us
I
a
I
little
I,
bit.
I am from India.
Oh,
I was
okay.
born and raised in India, but I did travel a couple of countries, and then I
Mm-hmm.
moved here last year
Mm-hmm.
to explore climate tech.
Amazing.
And now I am in that sector, so I am exploring climate tech.
Amazing. Me and Akhil, we met in my book club,
Yeah,
discussion club. We used to having very deep discussions,
right.
philosophical.
Yeah,
But today we decided
yeah.
not to talk about serious
I
stuff.
thought you were actually a very deep, and I was really
You
worried
thought?
for this podcast. I was like, what am I
Okay.
going to talk about? Like, when you said Ayn Rand book discussion, ah. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Initially, yeah.
I think we came up with a common topic now. We have to
Yeah,
speak
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Yeah,
We decided that we are too dumb to talk
yeah,
about
very
serious
down,
stuff.
very down,
Yes, and we are tired on Sunday, right?
pretty much.
Yeah, because we work so hard during
Yeah,
the week.
hardly worked.
I didn't work at all.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it's another topic.
Okay.
Wait, let me check if it's recording. Uh, yeah, all good.
Good.
So instead, we decided to talk about topic that is important for all human women and
Mm-hmm.
human males.
You're not
Yeah,
still including wider audience, but
exactly. Yes, because not everyone is as smart as we are,
okay,
right?
okay, fair point.
Fair.
Okay.
So we wanted to continue discussion that I had. You know Holly, right?
Yeah.
So me and Holly on in the last episode we talked about love and relationships and
Mm-hmm.
like the meaning of love, right? And how we operate like dating in like
Mm.
this day and age.
Mm-hmm.
And we realized that we didn't have a male perspective on many things,
Okay.
and like our discussion was lacking like important insights. So I thought it's a great opportunity to like get like because you're well versed, well traveled, right? You're a smart guy, aren't you?
I don't know how it'll end up. You're being really nice and sweet, but
Yeah,
certain perspective you'll
that's
be
how I
like,
start.
oh, you're being Andrew Tate, or somebody else.
Misogyny, misogyny, sexist.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, I
But
don't think you are. You're not, right?
I
Are
don't know.
you? Okay, we'll find
Maybe,
out.
maybe.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh,
Hope I
so
don't get arrested after this. Yeah.
okay.
Hmm.
So let's talk about love. Have you ever loved anyone in your life? Tell me about your love life.
I did. I mean, that was pretty blank. So tell me about your love life.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I think I did.
Mhm.
But I personally think the definition of love evolves with time and with
Uh-huh.
experience. Like, when we are 13, 14,
How old are you?
27.
You're 27.
Yeah,
Okay, we're close in age.
okay.
I'm 25.
Is that a judgmental look? 20.
No, no,
But,
no
but,
judge. I said you're older and wiser, but yeah,
okay.
okay.
Okay, so I'm not older nor wiser.
You're okay. We're on the same level. That's good. It's good.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, so as I said, the definition of love keeps changing with
Mhm.
age, or more than age, I think it's with experiences.
Mhm.
So, I think now the definition of love for me is understanding, as
Mhm.
simple as that, and being self aware of each other,
What do we mean self-aware of each other?
knowing our pros and cons in a way, and knowing our, I want to say that something which we lack and something which we are good at, and
Hmm.
being pretty much self aware of it and not being very pretentious. I mean, as we are
Mhm.
growing up, we try to be perfect, right? But I think
Yeah.
as we grow up, grow old, and we realize that it's all about understanding and accepting each other in whatever we are. I was watching this reels. I mean, the reels popped up. I wasn't watching it on Instagram. It said that we have three phases of relationship. One is like passion, one is
Yeah.
intellectual, and one is just like quiet silence.
Mhm.
the interesting part is that silence might seem boring. It's like no spark in the relationship. But
Yeah.
if you see, passion falls off, intellectuality might go away, or the butterflies might go away. But that calm silence when you're
Sounds so
being,
sad.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but here I'm a bit naive and saying that I'm not wrong. so, so yeah,
But I'm not wrong. He's
I'm
not
not wrong
wrong.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so yeah, I think
Hmm.
it's all about understanding each other and enjoying the silence with each other, living in the present moment.
Why does it sound so boring though?
Yeah, I think you picked a boring person for a very interesting conversation. It's a fair point. I think that's how it is, right? Like we think
Mm.
it's boring depending on our age. Like, yeah,
Hmm.
we're not even 30. So this definition would change. Now, what's your definition of love?
My definition of love, I think it's okay. First of all, I don't think I ever loved anyone except for my like families and friends.
Okay.
So I don't know. Like for me, love is like you just how to say you will do everything for this person, and like you wouldn't even like it's just part of your life, you know. Like you know how you don't even like if someone you love is in trouble, you don't even
Is that a B? Oh, no.
yeah you don't even like how to say question like if they're in trouble you're gonna help them like
Mhm,
you're gonna sacrifice for them you're gonna do things for them blah 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 things like that
mhm.
and like you're not selfish at all like you're selfish in a way that you continue like pursuing your goals right but like you wouldn't even question helping them when with all other people you kind of like you
You
know
mean
what I mean right
unconditional love, like
yeah
irrespective.
unconditional love yes but it's like it's very deep you wouldn't do it for any person.
Yeah, it's fairy tale. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody can, right?
I mean, you can if you love someone, no?
I don't know. I think sometimes when we love, we try to build boundaries around them. We want to make them perfect.
What do you mean?
Let's say you are in love with somebody and you see certain flaws in that
Hmm.
person, like, not keeping the dishes on the left hand side rather
Yeah.
than right hand side, like smaller stuff,
Hmm.
and you want to correct that person,
Yeah.
and the other person might get annoyed of it.
Hmm.
So that's being little conditional love, right? Because you care about the other person and you
Yeah.
want the other person to improve, but the other person doesn't see it as an improvement. They'll be like, why are you trying to control me? Why are you trying to change me? This is what I
Exactly. You
am.
have to accept the person the way they are, no?
Yep. But unconditionality is that, they do whatever they want and you are okay with it.
But that's why you cannot love just any person, right? Like you have to when you choose a person, they have to like match certain criteria.
How do we choose the person?
That's a good question,
Yeah.
actually. Okay, okay. Okay, we'll get back to that. Let's just circle back.
I'm interviewing you.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
No, 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 no.
Hmm.
Let's circle back. How many times you were in love?
I think it's just once.
Once.
Yeah.
How like when was it? Can you tell us a story? Your personal gossip.
We're going so deep here, but it was a
Um,
couple of years ago,
okay.
and it was really deep.
Hmm. Did you like date for a long time?
Dating is a subjective way. Like sometimes even long distance is dating,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
sometimes long distance is not dating. It's like you
Was
gotta
it
be with.
long distance? Was it a real human woman?
It was. It was.
Sure.
It was a real
You know, like
human.
NFC, like
Oh,
avatar.
AR or something. Yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you know, Siri.
It was a human being.
Human.
Initially, then eventually it became AR, or
Yeah, yeah,
video
yeah.
call and
You know
stuff.
all those tech guys, right?
Yeah. Oh no,
Uh-huh.
I think it was human. Yeah, it is
It
human.
is
Yeah,
human.
yeah.
Okay, let's assume
Because
it
it's
was
still
human.
human. So,
Woman, human woman.
oh, human and a woman. Yeah, so very much. Yeah.
Okay, good. So like, how did you like? Can you just tell me about this relationship and like how did you understand that you love this person? Because you have to get to this point,
I
right?
know, I was superficial about it. Like my
Oh.
definition of love back then was something what the other person, something I lacked. If the other person had,
Mhm.
I was going for that.
Mhm.
So, and also, I don't know if you could relate with it. Like you always go after what you can't achieve or attain in a way, like that.
Okay.
That's like a challenge as such, and you want to see that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is interesting. This is challenging. Let me go for it. And I was going behind complication rather than easy.
Oh.
And my definition was that
Did you
eh,
go for red flags?
I went for all red flags. Because green flags are boring, right? And it's like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Screw green flags, red
Yeah.
flags, toxic for
So
life.
yeah, so we just
Mhm.
take the red flag and try to see that. Oh, let me
Mhm.
find a green flag in it. So it's a little bit of
Let me find some green.
trying to be delusionally optimism
Yeah.
in a way. But yeah, it did not work out on the longer run.
Hmm. But like, what you said that she was like challenging, like it was like an achievement. Like in what way? What did she have?
Oh, she was. I mean, she was actually easy, but I was making it complicated. And then I
She was
was,
easy.
but
Uh-huh.
then I don't know. It became complicated where I was not being myself,
Hmm.
and I was not being the best boyfriend of the year as well. So
Mm. Self-awareness.
pretty much self-aware. Like I was not pretty self-aware.
Mm.
And I was not. I didn't have listening skills. I
Hmm.
was not a good listener. So those are the stuff you learn from partners. Like, this is where I went wrong. Instead of before, it was like it's all them, not me. Like
Mm.
it's just a weather problem, not my time problem or something as that. So that's what it was.
Hmm. Interesting.
She said interesting. I thought that would be a boring reply.
No, but like, which red flags there were in this relationship that you kind of decided to overlook? Because recently I had a conversation with a friend, and he told me that he thinks girls like they have all this list and like requirements, right, and
Hmm.
like standards,
Hmm.
but then they go and like consciously overlook those red flags because they they try to turn red into green or whatever, like smaller thing.
Hmm.
So which red flags did you overlook?
All of them for starters. But one thing which I think was not healthy
Hmm.
was that the push and pull kind of thing.
Mm.
Certain days the mood swings are super high, full of love.
Hmm.
Next day it's like, who are you?
Really?
I mean, not who are you, but
Yeah.
but you know.
Oh.
So I thought that was a generic trait, and it's interesting. Like when I'm getting my dopamine hit, like how
Yeah.
do I turn it? But
You love drama?
I think so. Yeah, so it was quite interesting to solve the
Yeah.
problem, and it's like, oh, this is what it is. So,
Mm.
but one thing I realized is that in that process, none of us were living in the present moment. We
Mm.
were just trying to. One person was initiating drama.
Hmm.
Sometimes it was me. Most of times it was me. But then other person was trying to solve the drama. So
Hmm.
I think, yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, you don't really give the specifics. You talk more like abstractly.
Yeah, I don't want. I don't know if that person might watch this. And I get a,
I want to know the juicy stuff.
I
Okay, I want to
I
know
get a legal notice. It was like, can you
And
speak
did you
about?
sign an NDA or something? Are you still in touch? That's a good question.
I think so. I'm not in touch.
But like, you didn't block each other or something?
No,
No?
no,
Why not?
but I'm not engaging.
Uh huh.
But
Do you follow each other on Instagram?
you're asking all the deep questions.
I'm a deep
I know. So
philosophical.
yeah,
Some might say.
only one of us is following. Other person is not following.
Are you following?
No.
She's following you,
Yeah.
and you're not.
So
Savage.
she still sees me as a friend.
And
So
you
I respect her.
and you don't see her the friend.
I am pretty 16-year-old emotionally aware. So yeah,
Okay. Do you think people can stay friends after relationship?
I think it depends because I am friends with my other exes as well,
Mm.
but it depends on how you want to define that relationship.
Mm.
So this one thing with this one person, I don't know whether I can be friends.
Mm.
Just that I
Because it
just
was too true
I
to
just
them.
want other person to be happy,
Mm.
and yeah. So I think if I'm in touch, it's not good for both of us.
Mm.
So
Like, how not good? Like, what do you mean? Do you think you will get triggered or what?
yeah, it's mostly triggered, and like both of us are starting our own lives in a completely different tracks as that. So it's better. Like I'm pretty extreme guy. Like either I love
Okay.
you a lot, otherwise you don't even
Yeah.
exist to me. so I can't stay in between. And so yeah, like I said, emotionally I'm a 16-year-old or maybe 13-year-old. So I'm doing good by staying away, and
Oh.
the other person is still supportive and like whatever I do, like she
Mm-hmm.
is engaging, and so I respect that. And my respect for her is by not being in touch,
Mm.
because if I'm in touch, it won't be respectful on the longer run. So yeah,
Oh,
you're
okay.
pulling out juicy stuff.
so,
Yeah,
so you know yourself. Okay, is
yeah,
that right?
yeah.
Okay, it's good. But like, okay, what about other exes that you are friends with? Like, what are your feelings towards them? Because it's
I
very interesting, right?
I don't. I mean,
You don't feel anything?
I just. I mean, I respect them.
Yeah.
I follow them. I engage with them, but I don't spend time with them. And I
Hmm.
think time is non-renewable, right? Like it's the most as effective thing. I think nowadays, these generation, the relationships, people care about time. It's like I don't want to waste time. Oh, red flag, go. Sometimes even the green flag they might see as a red flag. Now that's a different discussion.
For example.
Some guys well organized, very disciplined.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Oh yeah, because you're 25-year-old.
Mm.
Some of them might be like, "What's wrong with you? Like you got to be messy, you got to be adventurous, you got to be impulsive." Rather than, "Oh wait, let me plan the vacation."
No, but you have to have both.
See,
It's like a balance, you know?
yeah.
It's like I think in general you have to be well organized and planned and reliable, but
Hmm.
sometimes you have to be able to like be spontaneous,
Yeah.
impulsive, because
So
it just
which
gives some.
Disney movie did you watch last?
Why? Why are you asking that?
It just feels like, I mean, humans exist like that, but
Mm-hmm.
not all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like people are fundamentally, humans are just emotions and hormones. That's it.
Hormones,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah, pretty
Mm-hmm.
much. So yeah.
True. Okay.
Hmm.
So so when did you move to the UK?
10 months back, October. Oh, I mean,
7 months.
11 months back. It's almost gonna be a year,
Mm-hmm.
and it really helped me to understand myself. I was in this self-aware before moving
Hmm.
here. So people who I met here,
Me? Did I help you to understand yourself?
yeah, by making me read Ayn Rand stuff. That's a that's a
You
different.
know that's what the book that we discussed.
Yeah, yeah,
Ayn
yeah,
Rand, the
yeah,
Fountainhead.
yeah. And
Yeah,
I was. I never
she gave
read.
some good points.
Yeah, I mean, I never read fiction to be honest
Uh
before,
huh.
and that was one of the first fiction I was for a really long time. Like I used to read fiction when I was in high school,
Mm-hmm.
but so this kind of helped, and the perspective it was like wow, and hence I was able to. I don't think I added point. I was challenging all the point, and we were debating, and we were getting
Yeah,
coming
true.
into the common conclusion. Yeah. So yeah, that's also my red flag. Sometimes I just don't accept as it is. I try to challenge it
But
and try
it's
to.
fun.
Yeah, not everybody might enjoy it.
Well, I mean, I
All the
guess
time challenging everything might not be good, right? I am criticizing myself, but yeah, you are being nice. Yeah,
you are gaslighting yourself.
yeah, I am.
No, it depends. I think it's like it depends on like who you're talking to.
Hmm.
Because like for me, I love to have a good discussion. It's just I just find people boring who cannot challenge anything, right? Even like sometimes for the fun of it, right? Like
Yeah,
play devil's advocate, stuff
yeah,
like that. It's but it but if you just do it to like annoy, it is.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
So going back to so you moved to the UK. Have you ever lived in Europe before?
No, no, it's the first time.
Okay. So did you date here? Blah blah.
I think so. I think
Okay.
so. I think
How
so.
do you find it like? What is your experience? Do you find it
Oh, it's
different?
super different. I
Uh-huh.
mean, especially the European culture point of view,
Mm-hmm.
like Eastern European and Western European. I think it's Eastern European is a little bit Asia biased,
Yes.
and Western European is like you would know Eastern European, like,
Mm-hmm.
but Western European is pretty much luck.
Luck?
On day one, not luck,
Uh-huh.
I would say pretty much they'll be like straightforward, like okay. On day two, you meet and they'll be like, okay, where do you see where this is heading? And I was like, I don't even know your favorite color.
I don't even know your last name.
Yeah, yeah.
Barely.
So, but it's good, right? I mean,
Mm.
that's like pretty objective. It's like, what are your intentions? There's no right or wrong intentions, right? It's like,
Mm.
okay, are you
I
seeing
thought
something?
it's vice versa, no?
Oh,
Like
really?
I thought that in like more traditional cultures, you kind of want to like see where the relation is going, blah blah blah. If it's serious,
Hmm.
and here it's more like laid back, or let's hang out, like let's get to know each other. No?
I don't know. Maybe that's with the guys and this is with the girls. So yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you find like women here they're more direct.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. I
Mhm.
mean, you don't waste time, kind of stuff. So you talk
Mm.
to them. You know that okay. But yeah, you're still friends with them.
Mhm. Mhm.
There's no much emotional investment needed because
Mm.
I think when after a point that's when you realize that okay, now I know this person really too well. You're emotionally invested, and then you try to understand okay, where is this going? Now that's a problem
Mm.
because, but in before that, just on the day one or day two, you're like, okay, what are we? Where are we going? Now
Mm.
this might be the people who I met. Now that's a different story. Not everybody would be like this. We can't generalize it, but that was my experience, and I kind of liked
Mhm.
it. I was like, oh, this is interesting because I wasn't sure. I didn't have any answers,
Mhm.
and I was like,
Let me think about it
like, yeah,
and get back to you.
yeah, yeah. Let me get back to you.
with the outline, right? With all the points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
But interesting. You meant you had a different experience here. I mean, what was your dating experience here? I'm sure guys would have approached you, slided into your DMs.
You know what? I actually meet a lot of guys just on the street.
Okay, that's
Yeah. No, my experience is what's my experience? I mean, I haven't been like in a like relationship here, so
hmm
like I just went on dates.
yep.
It was pretty like laid back. I don't know. It you just talk. I don't know. No one ever asked me like what are your plans or intentions or
Yeah, I
whatever.
think
Guys
guys
don't
are
ask.
pretty. Yeah, they
Yeah,
were like,
but I also don't ask that.
yeah. So
I'm like, I don't know. I think you just maybe I'm kind of old school in that way, but I think it has to
hmm
like naturally how to say
it
progress.
should be organic. I
Yeah,
totally agree on that point of view.
yeah. Have to get to know each other. I don't like the forced like questionnaire kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's weird for
but
me.
you know what? There's this another locals community called Meaningful Conversation Club. I don't know if you're
Oh,
aware of
I've
it.
heard of that, but I never
Yeah,
did.
so I had the same discussion with the
Yeah.
person there, and I had this point of view. It should be organic, but the
Mhm.
other person is like, by the time you get to know each other, she would be like, "So Akhil, this is Derek, my boyfriend." You'll be like, "I spent last 6 months getting to know you, etc." But the other person did not like, you know. Sometimes you don't understand what the signals are.
How can you not understand what do you mean? Like she doesn't understand that you're interested in her in a romantic way
Yeah.
after 6 months. What's wrong with you? Like after 6 months,
No,
like
I'm not making a statement here. Like
yeah,
I don't know. I kind of because I was on the same point of view. Organically, it should be going,
yeah.
but let's say two people are not exclusively seeing each other. They're
Oh
seeing
yeah.
other people as well. And then when you are like kind of getting serious, other person might not get serious. And
Mm.
by the time you are one person is more emotionally invested than the other person, and when the other person is about to confront or confess or whatever, right? And did not do that because they delay it. It's like, oh, it's we are not officially dating, but it's understood. But the other person is like, no, we are not. I see you as a really good friend, and they're seeing somebody else.
No, okay, okay. This one, yeah, you should make it clear that you are like interested.
Yeah.
Like,
So how do you think the communication should be like verbally?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you should say
So
that.
that's like
Like,
asking out literally, like, okay, we are
yeah,
meeting.
well, you can like start by like talking and getting to know each other, blah blah blah, and then
Mhm.
you say that I like you, whatever. Like, let's go official. You don't have to wait six
We're
months
gonna
for
sign.
that. No, you have
So
to set it clear. Yes,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So communication is the key in a
yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you
I
don't
mean, that's
know.
what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
Just that the time frame is different. So people here, like on the day two, they were like trying to communicate. They just want to know what are your intentions, and if we are on the same page, yes.
Yeah.
If not on the same page, so isn't that a good thing?
No, but you have to go on dates. You can't just decide on the second day that you're together exclusive. It's too fast. You don't even know the person. You need okay, I'm into like old school
No, I
courtship.
I completely
Yeah.
agree with that point.
It's like you don't have to act as friends, like you don't have to pretend to be friends. You can like show that you're interested, like court the girl, but like get to know each other without like this whole process should be longer, you know? You know what I mean?
I totally understand what you
Yeah.
mean, but for a guy, it's a completely different story, right?
What? Okay, male perspective. What is
No,
the?
the male perspective
Yeah.
is like, let's say I am seeing somebody and I'm
Yeah.
treating her like princess,
Yeah.
taking her out on a date.
Yeah. And she
Take,
understands it's a date.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that's also subjective. Other person might or might not accept it's a date. So you mean to say it should be communicated we are going on a date night? It's not like
Well, I.
dinner at 9 p.m. Be ready, I'm gonna pick you up. Is that a date or it's like a friend calling you out on a dinner? Because it matters, right? The male
I
perspective. Because everything a guy does,
mean.
and the guy did not communicate that I like you, I
Yeah.
want to spend time with you, like we're exclusive,
Yeah.
and maybe after
No,
five,
but
six,
you can go on a date, but not be exclusive as well.
yeah,
You can go on
absolutely,
dates
yeah,
with different people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because so the whole point is that when are you gonna say that I really like you? Can we go official and exclusive? That's where the question mark comes. Like, if
But
fine,
when you
when you're ready,
yeah
how do
no
you know when
when
you're
you like emotionally like when you feel when you catch feelings basically when you start feeling something for this person.
do you
No.
think both of them gonna catch at the same time?
Well, that's like a business proposition, right?
I mean,
You just need to make sure you're on the same page. Yeah.
yeah, it's hard,
I mean,
right?
like she can say no.
Yeah,
Yeah. You have to be ready to accept no as an
yeah,
answer. It's
yeah,
okay. Yes.
absolutely,
Yeah. But
absolutely,
also, you shouldn't be afraid to like make a step.
yeah.
Otherwise, like, what's the point?
So do you would prefer a guy making the first move?
That's a funny story. I mean, like, it first move in a way that like let's date officially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that freak a girl out? It's like, what's wrong with this guy? Are we moving too fast?
No, but like if you date for some time, if you go on dates, if
When
you've
the
been
other
seeing
person is
each
going
other.
on multiple dates, right? So, like, let's say I'm going on a date, and for me, girl number one
Yeah.
is priority one, girl
Yeah.
number four is priority two. Now, for her, I might be priority four. You're getting
Yeah.
the point, right? Like, how do we,
But you never know, like because you don't know about your other dates.
yeah,
So you just make a proposition like you falling in
make a
love.
proposition? Yeah.
But it's like a
Should we
business,
negotiate
right?
right now? What's the
Negotiate,
term?
yes. Exactly, because
Yeah,
like you have to negotiate like when you start dating officially, that's the thing, right? Because people have different understanding of dating and
yep,
like the rules of dating
yep,
and like what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, right?
right.
So it's basically a business negotiation, isn't it? Like you say, okay, if we date, like I expect this and that.
Terms and conditions. Like it's like a job offer. It's I
Well,
get it. It's
it
like a
is
partnership,
actually, yes.
but I would deny that completely. If you
What do
had
you
asked
mean?
me this question 2 years ago, I would have
Uh-huh.
said yes.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not about ticking the check boxes, right? It's about
No, but it's like you know what the I think the worst thing is like how to say like there is a thing is called I've been into consulting for it's called it's
I
called
get it,
expectations management.
right?
Yes, so you have to
This is
manage
what Deloitte teaches you.
yeah, that's what before
Fair.
consulting, yeah.
Yeah.
Manage expectations from the beginning. So when you negotiate with the client the condition of your project, you have to manage expectations and you have to make everything very, very clear from the very beginning. So when you're deep down into the project, into this client relation, something doesn't come up and like you're not, oh, actually, I thought you're gonna do this and that, but it's not in the contract, you know.
You know,
So
this
to
is when
say,
two consulting people date. Of course, somebody
that's
from the
why we date each other. Yeah.
it's like doctors dating
You have to
doctors
date within the family,
within the same, yeah, so that the
within the
understanding. I
family.
don't know, yeah, maybe, but that also has a problem, right? When both are in
Yeah.
the same sector, same sector, ideally, yeah, you're not growing or evolving. Now I had the
We also
same
go to
mindset.
business club together, guys. That's where it's coming from.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so it should be like one person is fire and the other person is ice. That's what we hear, right? So it should
No,
be
you
a
should both be fire. Fire and ice, you
oh
will just kill each other.
no, you're gonna balance out each other.
No, it's
Interesting.
bad. Opposites don't attract. That's a
I get
scam.
it. No, opposites don't attract, but
Yeah,
there should be one common ground which is bringing both of us together,
yeah,
but hundred other things which is making us unique in our own ways. See, there's this funny saying: when you're in relationship, you, from being two individual interesting person, you become one single boring person. Yeah. So it's to keep a balance between,
Yeah.
being a single but different but single interesting person kind of
Mm.
personality. That's a good balance between. So if people are from two different industries, like I've known people who are from the same industry working together, I mean relationship together, and they have made it
We're talking about job market.
down on the job market. Yeah, but it'll be really interesting because I've never dated somebody from outside my sector. So
Tech?
yeah, it's mostly tech. Yeah, so that's what right now it's like creative people,
Yeah.
because they have a completely creative perspective and they are so deep, and it's like wow, because you have a discussion with them,
Mm.
you're not on the same page. It it gives you brain gasm. You have this sort of like, oh shit, this person is like,
Uh-huh.
wow, I never thought of it.
Yeah.
While if you're in the same thing, you'll be like, yeah, I agree. The discussion is like in 10 seconds, it's
Mm.
done. Yeah,
No, no, I see what you mean. I think like there are some complementary stuff. And
yeah,
definitely something has to fascinate you about the person.
yeah,
But like generally in terms of like values, like your
yeah,
direction in life, your understanding of what is good, what is bad,
yeah.
these sort of things, and also like communication, like for example, if I expect a guy to treat me a certain way, right? Like
Hmm.
I want him to be happy about that, right? I want him, like, if I want to receive something and I want it, I want this guy to want to provide it for me, right? Like this sort of treatment or attitude, whatever,
Hmm.
and vice versa. I don't want him to like be annoyed about that or how to say force himself to do something, right? And it's sort of like a cultural differences or like
Hmm.
mentality difference, and you have to make those expectations clear in the beginning.
If the other person really likes you, talking about unconditional love in the
Yeah,
beginning,
they will change for
they'll
you.
change for you,
Do you
and
believe
that
that people can change?
and that might not make it interesting, because you'll be like, why don't you have your own opinion? Why are you doing
No,
it?
it's not about the opinion. It's about behavior. I think.
So you like people who changes for you.
It's not like. Okay, give me an example, because I think we're talking about different things.
Okay. What were you thinking?
I was thinking in terms of, okay, like I like going on a dates
Hmm.
in certain places, right? For
Hmm.
example, nice restaurants or fancy places, right? Like
Hmm.
so maybe the guy is more like chill about that. Like he can go to good places. He can go like
So it's pretty flexible, you mean
yeah,
to say?
he's flexible, but
Okay.
he will do it for me,
Yeah.
and he will be happy to
So
do it for
ideally,
me.
you're not flexible. He's flexible. That's a good combination.
Amazing
Yeah.
combination.
If both are
Yeah.
flexible, also it's like confusion. You don't know where to go.
No,
Both are flexible.
you will just go to different places.
If both are adamant, that's when the problem starts. It's like one person
Yeah.
is like only Chinese, other person is like no, let's go for Korean.
Yeah. That's a problem, right?
Uh, it's like one person likes to travel and the other person don't like to travel. So the result is like traveling sometimes angrily.
No, but yeah, that's the thing, right? Like you have to, like you have certain expectations from a relationship, no? For
Yeah,
example, or like for example, when you date a girl, which do you have like boundaries for her, like in terms of her behavior, blah blah blah, like
I didn't have. Right now I do.
you do?
Earlier I was
Now you
like, oh,
experience
yeah,
things, yes.
it gives perspective in
Okay.
place, right? But yeah, I think it depends. Like for me, it's mostly on how well can you understand me. Now that comes in both ways, because only if I communicate about expectation, as you said,
Mhm.
that's when the other person will understand. I
Mhm.
can't put it in my head that, oh, that's understood, right? Like why should I tell that to you? That's common sense. You should have known by now. Like that's being that's being bullshit, right? But but yeah, I think that's what I feel it's about understanding. Like my simple boundary is that is this person emotionally matured enough to
Mm.
understand where I'm coming from. Now
Mm.
I might, let's say you're getting home late and your partner messages and checks in with you every 5 minutes. Some
Mhm.
of them might love it. Oh, he's so
It's so
considerate.
annoying.
Other people's like, yeah, what the fuck is wrong
Yeah.
with this guy? I'm
Yeah.
an independent woman. I'm grown up. So you know, so in that case, if the
Mm.
guy communicates with you saying that I understand you're going through this, but I'm
Mhm.
just worried, so I just want some reassurance that are you
Mhm.
safe throughout the journey. Now if he communicates that with you, you'll be like, you understand his point of view as well.
What's his
Otherwise,
point of view for checking every 5 minutes?
he's concerned, he's afraid.
Every 5 minutes.
Oh, I don't
But if
know.
you say I'm coming in an hour, why you
Oh
would
no, that's
check?
fair. If you say,
Yeah.
if you communicate you're coming in an
Yeah.
hour, then no reason he has to text you every
Yeah.
5 minutes and annoy you.
Otherwise, I would feel it's my dad, you know?
See, that's again the problem because we don't
Yeah.
communicate and they don't understand. There's a
Mm,
gap there. It's a fair point, right?
yeah.
So in the relationship, I think it's about communication and understanding. So that's the only boundary. I was like, if this person has the
Mm,
basic emotional capacity to understand, and I have to
mm.
make sure, even do I have the basic maturity to understand where the other person is coming from,
Okay.
not just seeing from my point. So, but
Mm.
what do you think? Like, what are your boundaries?
What are my boundaries?
You don't have any boundaries.
No
That's
boundary.
unconditionality. Nice.
Don't even know.
What do you? I mean, what are the definite no's? I mean, these are the yeses, like, you like fancy dates, regular dates, but
Yeah.
what's a no? If you see this quality in this person, it's a definite no.
Oh, definitely no. I think like controlling behavior, jealousy. Um, what else? You know what? I don't like to focus on the bad stuff, right? I think talk
You're also
about the good stuff.
delusionally optimism.
Delusional optimism,
Yeah.
manifesting. I don't know. It's just I think I'm kind of this person who would say it's a common sense, right? Like
Are you an only child to your parents?
no,
Okay.
I'm a middle child.
Okay.
Why you ask that?
I'm just judging you.
You try to psychoanalyze me right now?
No, I'm just trying to understand from where the perspective is coming from. Like,
The lack of boundary.
I'm the only child, so
Uh huh.
I've gone through different phases of no boundaries to
Yeah.
now full boundaries to now it's like,
I don't know. I think for me, it's like, how do you feel with this person, right?
mm,
So I think you want to feel safe. You want to feel
mm,
protected. Like
mm,
obviously, like for me personally, this is something that relationship will add to your life.
mhm.
Some sort of like security, comfort. Um, I also think for me, it's all about like bringing solutions, right? So I want the person in my life to, be able to act on things. Like if I'm concerned about something, they would bring solutions, right? They will not, you know what I
Okay.
mean?
If the person
Why you look so
always,
concerned?
because sometimes, correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah,
I'm also
I'm
learning.
correct.
So,
I'm ready to correct.
from a guy's general perspective, like
Yeah,
guys and men are
yeah,
fixers, they would love to solve problem
yeah,
and they feel needed,
yeah.
but sometimes
Hmm.
the girl doesn't want the guy to solve the problem. They just want a listening ear to like just sit and vent around and
I have a lot of people to run to,
mhm.
so I'm like,
You're privileged.
I'm so privileged. I'm entitled. No, yeah, that's the thing. That's what I think, right? Like, I have so many people to vent to, like, especially, yeah, like, there are a lot of people who are ready to listen to me.
See, it's a privilege. And wait, you're 25 and you
Yeah.
are happening around like, I mean, you're not
Hmm?
I mean, you're happening
What did it, what did it
around.
been happening around?
There are things happening around you and you are happening around things, so I mean it's pretty lively and vivid, so
Life is happening,
life is happening,
yeah.
you're happening.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so hence there are so many people, but let's say
Hmm.
after a certain point you'll be like, oh, I don't need so many people, I
Hmm.
just need the one
One special person.
one special person. It's like,
Okay.
see, we are shooting on a phone.
Yeah.
10 years back, phone was separate, music device was another one. Not 10 years, 20 years back. 10 years back, we had all this stuff. Wow, we're growing old. 20 years back. And now it's all one.
Yeah.
So I think eventually it will be like you just want the one person who you want to vent to, who you want them to don't fix my problem, just listen to my problem. And then it's like, you know what? You should fix this problem. There's this book called Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus. It's a
Uh-huh.
pretty old book. It's all about this.
Hmm.
So it says that men by default are fixers.
Yeah.
Now these are like matured men, okay? Like we're not talking about people in their 20s who don't even know what they'll do tomorrow, but people who are like, who are planning on getting married and
Hmm.
settling down. So there it's mostly like the problem with men, which women felt was that why does he fix my problems for me? I can fix my problem. I just want
Mm.
somebody to listen to me and understand where where I'm coming from. Just to give an example, you had a bad day at work and you're going to your partner and you're saying that, you know what, she did XYZ things and I'm so annoyed. Now, do you want your partner to say that, come up with a solution, you should do XYZ things or ABC things? Or you want the partner to say that, oh, really? Oh, she's such a whatever and da da da. And you'll be like, oh, you
No, I
feel
actually want solutions.
yeah,
Yeah, I think maybe my brain is a bit
25-year-old.
no. Maybe I have more like male brain in that regard, but I also give solutions. I
Yeah.
love giving advice and like
Okay, let's come back to the
yeah.
first question. How many times you have fallen in love? So, yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I see that
Mic
you
drop.
like I see you like the debate.
Yeah, now you know
No.
how my relationship status will be.
Are you single? I think you're single.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
You should say no, Fariza. You're right. You're always right.
Yeah.
No, but no. Okay, it's fine. No, I think I get what you're saying, but there should be both, right? Like there are times when you want a person to listen to you. You had just had a bad day. You know how to figure it out, but just you have emotions, right?
Yeah.
But there are times when you are actually like going through stuff
Mm-hmm.
and you want a person just to step up for you. You don't want to ask for, I don't want like, oh, please help me, right? Like I'm in
Yeah, it should
trouble.
be understood. The other
Yes, it
person should
should be
understand.
understood that like they will make time and space for you, even if they're super busy, because you are their priority. They will make time and space for you, and
Mm.
like will come up with solutions for that. Even if you didn't ask, even if you're a strong, independent
Mm.
woman,
Mm.
human.
Fair. I
Yeah,
get it where you're coming from. Yeah.
yeah. It's like, and for me, this is an act of love, right? Like
Mm.
because everyone is talking,
Mm.
like everyone is talking, right? But
Mm.
like that's how you know who are your real friends, and that's
Mm.
how you know who really loves you and like who
Mm.
really cares about you, right?
You know the five love languages?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's aligned with that, right? What you're trying to say?
Acts of services
Yeah, different
or
people are acts of service.
yeah,
But for the other person, it might be something else. That's when the misalignment
words
happens.
of
Yeah,
affirmation.
it'll be like, I want you to solve
Yeah.
my problem, not saying you can do it, right?
I hate it. I was just saying this the other day, like I hate it when, but it depends on the expectations, right? If it's just my friend or girlfriend, like if
Mm-hmm.
we talk, I'm just gonna vent. I'm not expecting you to solve my problems, right?
Hmm.
Like she can say, "Yeah, you go, girl," right? But if
Hmm.
it's a guy who is courting you
You'll
or
be like,
like
what's
wants
wrong with you, dude? Solve my
exactly,
fucking
what do you
problem.
mean you go, girl? Like, are you okay?
Yeah, fair. That's a bit
They're like,
fun.
yeah, it would be
Hmm.
just weird for me. It's like, okay, bye.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go solve my problem
Yeah,
by
I better
myself.
find a guy who solves
Yeah,
the problem for me.
exactly. Otherwise, it's like, what's your point in my life? You know,
Hmm.
I think that's my
You're
thing.
making a huge controversial statement right now.
No, but like we have to enhance each other's lives, right? Otherwise, we're all happily single. No, we're all
Hmm.
independent human beings.
Or you want to be like interdependent is the right word, right? To support each other.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's the point of relationship, right? I think it's
Yeah.
weird to be like, I don't understand this like 50-50 or
Yeah.
like I'm doing my thing. Like then what the point? Like I guess it's coming from a family structure as well,
Yeah.
right?
The
Like
brought up upbringing stuff.
yeah, how you communicate with your loved ones, with your closed ones, right? Like
Hmm.
for me, in my family, you just step up. Like you don't even ask. You just express concern. Everyone is like try to help you.
Hmm.
Like my parents will try to help. I'm gonna tell them about my like things that are going on like in the UK. They don't even speak English. They will go and try to solve it for me.
Wow.
Like this is the kind of like attitude I'm used to, and I
Hmm.
think that I'm obviously like projecting it to my relationship, right? It's like,
Hmm.
but there are different levels of closeness, right?
Hmm.
And like if you want to be in the on the relationship level with me, right? I
Hmm.
expect this kind of attitude, right? I expect you
And
to
you're
like
gonna
step up.
communicate this on date one, two, three,
Well, I didn't think that I need to communicate.
because it might scare them off as well. It's like, oh my god,
No, actually not. I think it's just naturally.
being organic and telling this is what I am.
No, you just see how a person behaves. You don't even have to say it, because like you just
Hmm.
have to have the same values, and
Hmm.
it just obviously like that's why I say dating, courtship, right? Stuff like that. Like you just communicating, you just naturally talking, or like even I feel like for me, I think best relationship starts from friendships. And when you're friends, you can see how the person behaves, because some people, they will step up even as a friend, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and this is just in their values. They cannot sit still. And other
Hmm.
people will be, you go, girl, do it. Don't you agree?
I don't fully agree to that because, like I said, if you're friends, you're friend zoned.
But like, you can still step up and help
Oh,
and
of course,
show,
no, no,
yeah.
helping point of view, definitely. But, like, will you date? So you would date a friend, ideally. You want somebody as a friend, and later on you became girlfriend, boyfriend.
Well, it can be like, how to say, maybe there is an understanding that there is like mutual attraction, right? But you are not explicitly like going on dates and asking each other like romantic questions, right? Maybe you just getting to know each other, you know. Like, you know, this stage when you're not friends, but you're like getting to know each other, and then maybe you become friends, maybe you become something more, stuff like that. Like, we should
So you
bring
mean
back
so
getting to know each other's
getting
stage.
together and then friends or not friends, or in between?
You have a very like specific mind. You like, give me a scheme, right?
Yeah.
Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, no. It's just like you can get to know each other. There's can be mutual attraction. Are you friends? I don't know. You know, like, you call people friends when they're like just buddies. They're not actual friends, and then you have actual friends. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, but those actual friends eventually become your partner? Because from day one, I don't know how is it for women, but for men, from day one,
They know if they want to date a girl or not. Ah,
again, it's not general. Like it
yeah.
depends on different people. What it is.
I don't know. I mean, like, certain people for sure not, because there's just no this kind of
Vibe.
chemistry, right?
Okay, chemistry.
Yeah. Other people, like, you might kind of like them, but you are not sure. You know.
Oh,
I
so
don't
it's
know.
always not sure to yes. The no's can never turn into yes. Not sure is a good sign because it can change into, it's like RSVPing, right? Yes, no, maybe. So if it is a maybe, it would turn into a yes.
Um.
But if it's a no, it's a no. Dude, you're done. You take me
Well,
out.
actually,
Mhm.
maybe. Well, it really depends, because sometimes you might think that you don't like a person at all, right? But
Mm,
then they show certain qualities, right? Like, that you're like, oh wow, like, you
mm,
really much more than I thought that you are, and you can see a
mm,
person in a different light, and you just automatically like check them off just because they're like, oh, you have a certain type in your head, whatever, right? Like,
mm,
or you have certain criteria, and you think that this person doesn't match,
mm.
but then they show that actually they do, and you're like, oh, actually, I might think about it, you know?
So you realize you were wrong. And
What do you mean wrong? It's not that you don't, you know what? Like, you don't evaluate.
you were
Maybe
wrong
it's a,
about the person.
no, but I think you say guys say like they know from day one if they want to date a girl or not. I think for
That's when they fuck it up, right? I mean,
this was so hard, right?
yeah,
No, but like, I think for girls, I cannot speak for girls, but I think for me, you don't like evaluate every single guy like, am I gonna date him or not? You
yeah, of
know?
course, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, you can think, oh, he looks good, he doesn't look good, whatever, right? But like, you don't think about
So
that.
looks are the first thing, and then comes other stuff.
Obviously, because you don't see like your deep soul like from the first
Okay,
five minutes.
fair point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous. You know what? Like, I was talking to my friend the other day, and I was telling her about the guy who just approached me like on the street and like to like talk and ask my number, whatever. And she was like, I would never talk to a guy if he approached me on the street. I was like, why? Because he only came for your look. I was like, what else was he come for? Okay. I
Hmm.
mean, obviously for
Yeah.
looks, like, yeah. So what? Like, we're all. I think there is a duality to our life, right? Like, obviously you see the external part. You
Hmm.
appreciate art for its looks and beauty, right? You appreciate other people for looks and beauty. You might even want to become friends with someone because of the way they look, and you're like, oh, this is like the type of person I want to be friends with,
So
right?
basically, judge a book by its cover. That's
Yeah,
how
well,
you
judge.
start with. Then you open the
Yeah,
book.
exactly. And then we have to. Sometimes we learn not to judge book for. for the cover, right, etc., etc.
Yeah, but on day one you just can't strip them and start reading them.
But
That's
like you
everything.
see that, like you cannot not see stuff, right? Like
Hmm.
it's so weird. It's the same thing when people say like I don't see nationality or like ethnicity. Like you see that, right? Like
Hmm.
you can clearly see that. It doesn't mean that you make any judgment from that, but it's not that
You're not
you're
not
blind, right?
yes.
Yeah, you're like no, you're all like transparent people, whatever, right? I'm like, oh
Uh,
really? You're like you're Asian from Kazakhstan, right? Wow, I didn't notice. No, like obviously you notice,
hmm.
but like which judgments you make from that, right? Like
Hmm.
this is a question.
Interesting. That was deep.
Interesting. Deep. I just confessed that I judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
That I decide. Yeah, I
We're learning a
just.
lot about you as well.
This is why it's a podcast. It's not an interview. You see, like
Yeah, so
people
it's
get
just
you know.
it's
No,
yeah.
but don't you agree?
No, I
You obviously like when you want when you say guys want to date or not date. Obviously, it's based on looks and like
yeah. That's the
attractiveness.
I mean
Yeah, girls
again,
are not like some eternal human beings who also see the looks.
you mentioned about security and safety,
Yeah,
right?
but it's like when you get to know
The
a
first thing
person.
is the look. That's the first check mark, and after that it's like
Yeah,
okay, then we'll
obviously.
check.
Because otherwise it's a friend like 100%, because like a friend is basically like boyfriend is like a friend with whom you have like romantic sexual
Right.
attraction, right?
Yeah.
That's
So
it.
yeah.
Sometimes there is not there, if it's not there but all the qualities are there, but like there
Hmm.
is no attraction, it's a friend.
Yeah.
And if the quality
That sad friend. That's
Why?
the whole friend.
But maybe he doesn't like me as well, and then
Hmm.
it's a happy
It's a
friendship.
happy friendship.
We both think that we're disgusting.
Yeah, and
Yes,
it's a
we're both
very healthy
appalled.
friendship.
Very healthy, wholesome friendship. You know,
Yes,
we just have
yes.
to be totally appalled by each other's looks,
Yeah.
and then perfect,
Hmm. I,
wonderful.
I agree. I agree to the point.
So, are you appalled by all your female? Do
I
you think
don't
they're
know.
all disgusting?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know.
Because earlier I was like having a yes or no answer. Right now it's just
Yeah.
like all on maybe. So that not having a
Okay.
strong opinion unless and until
Mm,
I know them very deeply, and then I will
yeah.
like this is like a yes,
Yeah.
could be a yes, or this is like a definite no. But for me it never a definite no has never turned into a yes. Now that
Mm,
maybe I am naive on not giving more opportunity to look deeper. It's like oh, this is done.
mm,
Maybe it's on the abundance point of view. There's so many people, there's so limited time, and you're like
yeah.
okay, it's also like you're hiring a candidate, right?
Yeah.
Like just glance through their CV for 9 seconds. You don't read that. Oh, what project this
So
person do?
we're getting back to our
We are
like job
getting on.
market.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm so
We
sorry.
are too
Yeah, we
brainwashed.
are pretty much wired in that
No, but
point of
I
view.
agree with you. I actually had an idea for a book. I actually have it in my notes,
Mm-hmm.
like how to approach dating like a job interview, like a
Mm.
hiring process.
Also, a cover letter.
Cover letter. Yeah, no, no, no. You basically start like everyone has a chance potentially. Everyone can apply, right?
That's what matrimonial websites do.
Exactly.
It's a.
No, but then you have very certain criteria, right? Everyone can apply, but
Mm,
you have very certain criteria, several rounds of interviews, process, assessment centers.
fair point. And here it's gonna be both ways, right?
Of course.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Ah,
like, I guess it's easier for girls for you.
that's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
And it's like, you start from, like,
Hmm.
whatever, like, 100 candidates, right?
100 candidates, yeah. Oh, yeah, potential partners for each other.
Yeah, yeah. And then, like, there is a first thing that, for example, the looks, right? Obviously. Like, then you judge by the cover, like, how far out, right? And then, like, this, like, challenge, this challenge, this thing, this thing. But you have to, like, I don't know, like that the thing like I was thinking is that like they invest so much time, like companies, right? They invest so much time and money
For hiring a candidate,
for
yeah.
hiring for hiring one candidate.
Yeah,
They will spend like tens of thousands
yeah.
of pounds, right? And like you're dating this shitty guy, right?
Yeah, that's fair point.
Just because he's cute or whatever, he's nice. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should spend more time, right? Maybe you should like upscale your criteria.
Wow.
Maybe
If
you
I can
should.
actually think of a platform when you're talking about it, it's like imagine it's like oh,
Yeah,
it's like dude, you're keeping your standards low, improve your standards.
yeah,
Here
yeah.
is a here is a
Mm,
course for you, training for you to improve. I mean, yeah, it's a
Well, don't you think so?
Yeah, I don't know. It might be
Yeah.
very biased because we have a similar tech mindset,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
business mindset, but I think there might be a. I'm seeing a couple of creative people like they
Mm.
might completely agree or disagree with the point of view. It's like it's not zero and one. Relationship is all about.
About what?
It's not zero and one. There's something in between. It's not either
What
yes or no. See, if I would have known that,
you want to be interested in artists?
yeah. So yeah,
Um,
that's
okay,
so
okay. Let's talk about standards. Actually, let's talk about like checklists. Like,
yeah.
do you have one?
I have an elimination, like no list, not an yes list. Before I
Oh,
had a
that's
yes
bad.
list. Oh no, because it's super hard with the yes list. It's easier with the no list because a definite knows if you check box, whatever is remaining, it's like
But like, then you date a mediocre, normal
not
person,
really.
no?
It's like you're filtering out an iPhone, saying that this is the storage, this is the color,
Hmm.
and you want it delivered by X number of date, and sometimes it's like no results found.
Again, what?
No results found because
Uh huh.
it. So same
She's
thing.
non-existent.
Exactly because that's what
She's on the
she's on another planet
go
or
with Elon Musk and his spaceship,
yeah,
right? Like to the Mars.
yeah, pay 7 million or
Mm.
something. This could be a different business
You
for
know what?
that.
If you had 7 million, you wouldn't need
You
to look
wouldn't be.
for a job. They would look for you.
Yeah,
Trust me.
no, that's again a different point of view
Yeah.
because you can't buy love because that's the core emotions, that's the feeling, that's an essence of it, irrespective of
Yeah,
how
but you
much
can
money.
increase your options, you know?
You can
Yeah.
increase your option, but you might not get the right one. You might get the right one
Why,
for a
if you
period
have
of time.
more options? If you can you imagine if you can just afford go to Zara and Mango? Now, fashion references. If you can go to only to Zara, and you have to like Zara, H&M, you can only buy from Zara and H&M, right?
Mhm.
But if you have a lot of money, you
Yeah.
can buy from Louis Vuitton, Chanel, and Zara and H&M,
So you
right?
are
So
comparing partners with clothes. So you can change them every single day. If that's the case,
no,
yes.
that's the truth. You said yourself there's so many fish in this world,
Yeah, no,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah, so
But
many
let's say, I
options.
mean, there are so many options, so much money.
Yeah.
It's it's like let's say an analogy of finding a treasure. So if you want to find a treasure, you gotta dig deeper, not horizontally. It's more vertically.
Where do you dig?
Exactly.
How do you know that?
See, that's the risk you take. You're like, oh, this is where I have a I have a hypothesis. There is something here, and let me
Something.
test my hypothesis whether it's
Okay.
right or wrong. And if you go deeper, you realize that oh, this is nothing. This is just rock. So okay, let me go back, test a new hypothesis. Now that's with the yes
But you
list,
spend so much time.
but you learn a lot to say that oh, last time I realized that in three food there was no water, so no point of digging deeper because you might not get water, not even treasure.
Yeah.
So that learning could be applied for other stuff. Just to give an example, the bamboo story. We're going a little philosophical and boring stuff right now. So bamboo takes, I don't know what bamboo, Chinese bamboo. Yeah. So Chinese bamboo for the first 5 years they don't grow.
Mhm.
So if you plant a Chinese bamboo,
Mhm.
you don't see any growth for 5 years. But what's happening is that it's that developing the root so much, and at the fifth year, in 11 months, it's going to grow like to 100 feet tall. And we'll be like, wow, in 11 months it grows, but it's actually that pre work of 5 years and 11 months.
Yeah, but like obviously you're gonna invest in person, but you have to choose right investment opportunity, right?
Yeah, that's the risk you take
That's
because
the
there are,
venture
yeah,
capital, right? There's so
that's
many
it.
analysts, they gotta analyze the market.
And they do a shitty job as well.
They do, right? But like at least the risk is worth it, right? Otherwise, that's why you need to have an option. That's why you have to make your research, market analysis, and then
Yeah.
at least you will think, okay, this is a hot commodity. This is like a very secure asset, right? This is something else. You will, diversify your portfolio.
Yeah, with multiple people, yes.
Yeah, that's what
With the
happens.
one single person, it's a huge risk.
No, but like you date several people, and then okay, you get to know them to a certain point, and then you go exclusive. But like by the time you go exclusive, you know so much about this person already. So actually now you're ready to invest emotionally and like time and money and everything because you will
But even the person
eventually.
changes with time, right?
It's not good.
Yeah, I mean that's
No,
how
they
human
don't change. Why? I don't believe that people change essentially. Do you
people
believe?
change with time. It's not that they change, it's the natural process, right? Let's say from 20 to 30 people are like adventurous, explorative. 30 to 40 they're like, "Oh, let me try settling down." 40 to 50 it's like, oh, kids, house, blah blah. 50 onwards it's like, I'm done, it's for the legacy, for the next generation.
Hmm.
Now
So
if you have money, that's a different story, you can be in any stage. But
yeah,
you
I
you
think the
you, you
answer is
can
just
get
don't
anybody.
look for relationship, look for money, guys.
Yeah, but that's not a good
Yeah.
takeaway.
Okay, okay, go on with your analogy, please.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. So I think why relationship break is the relationship don't work out is because some people are in exploratory stage of relationship, some people are at a settle.
That's why you have to be on the same stage. It's obvious, no?
Yeah, and it's really hard to analyze if the person's on the same stage. I mean it's
Uh-huh.
not very hard, but
Yeah.
it's not easy. But yeah, talking about the list, maybe the yes list. What is your yes list, by the way? Like, what do you look in a guy?
What do you look at a girl? What is your yes list?
I
You
had to
start.
use. I have a no list. Like
Okay, what is your
that.
no list?
No list is compassionate. Like gotta be compassionate. Now you can't understand a person is compassionate
Yeah.
or not. Uh, Also on the competitiveness. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's not good. But you gotta have a good balance. So I kind of judge people or analyze people in simple ways. Like you play with them. You play sports. Or you
Yeah.
don't play. I mean, you play
Yeah,
sports
yeah.
with them, and you understand. Okay, what it is. Now there is no right or wrong answer there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Now, sometimes I can get really competitive if the other person is also really competitive. Like in my past relationship, like
Mm-hmm.
both of us were like really
That's
competitive.
not good.
That's not good. It's like
Mm.
we are not, we are fighting against each other, not for a particular cause.
Mm.
So, so that's one thing. So if the person is a little bit compassionate, it's like, okay, I can lose for you for one thing, but the other person also should be okay to lose for me for something.
Mm.
That's not by asking, can you lose for me? It's like you understand that, like you said, the restaurant part, like you care about a particular restaurant. If the other person
Yeah.
is flexible, they're like, okay, I'm okay with that.
Mm.
Now you should also reciprocate something on the same thing with the other person. Yeah, that's where the challenge
That's a challenge,
that's where
guys.
the challenge comes in. But
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Mm.
so for me it's as simple as, like compassion, being self-aware,
Mm-hmm.
and I think rest
You have
is
a
like,
very short list.
oh no, this is a very hard list. It's like
Uh,
uh, it's like, if people ask what's your salary expectation, it's like anything about 20 million in a year. They'll be like, but actually it's just a short one single list. But getting package of 20 million in a year,
yeah.
there are
Okay.
very few jobs. So this list, there are very few people.
Mm. It's hard for you out there, no?
It's fun.
It's a
It's a
challenge.
challenge. Okay, yeah,
Mm.
it's a challenge.
What's on my list? I think as I said, like a person should be like action and solution oriented.
Mhm.
Um,
So you want a service person? Acts of service. I mean, love language should be acts of
my love
service.
language, acts of service. Honestly, I think all of them, right? Like gifts, words of affirmation. You want
You
this
want
all.
everything.
I want everything.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Abundance, mind.
of course.
You know? Well, if
Wow.
I can have it all, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Exactly. What's the words of affirmation, gifts, acts of service? What was there?
Physical touch.
Physical touch and those a few.
Yeah.
We don't care about it.
That's something
Obviously.
both of us lack. That's what we don't think about it. But it's acts of
No.
service, physical touch, gifts.
Yeah.
Uh, what was the fourth one?
Quality time.
Quality time.
We don't care about
Wow, we
quality time
don't care about
because
time.
we're busy, guys.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
so busy. No, quality time is important as
Quality time
well.
is really
Yeah,
important.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to have like a similar taste in like quality
Yeah. What
time.
is
Yeah.
your quality time? For one person, it might be being alone is a good quality time. Leave me
Leave
alone
me
so that
alone,
it.
please.
Yeah.
Let me have my quality
Or quality
time with
time.
myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, what is my quality time?
Mhm.
I don't know. I love dancing, so I like guys who also enjoy like dancing and like going to
What type of
concerts.
dance concerts? There's a
Any like
jazz club right downstairs. Did you know that?
yeah. No, I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
know.
that's
Amazing.
okay. Okay.
Still, what
So it's
else?
like a rave dance is what you enjoy.
I enjoy any types of dance because like I used to do ballroom dancing. I used
Okay.
to do hip hop. I used to do it all. I love going to clubs. I like going to just like more classy events and like dance there.
Hmm.
So It just like I don't like, there are two types of couples. Like there are couples where like girl dances and guys just like,
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want like
The guy
you,
to get
like a
involved
guy
and
to, yeah, enjoy the time with me.
hmm.
What else? I don't know, like activity, fun stuff. I
Now
think
what is fun stuff?
I don't know, like you can go and play arcades, right? Like this sort of childish things as well.
Okay.
Like I enjoy that as well. I don't know, like many things. I don't like sports,
Don't like
so
sports.
no.
Playing or watching or both.
Both.
Okay, fair.
I'm not into sports at all. Like those football fans,
Right.
not my type.
Okay.
You will go alone watching football. What
That's
else?
his quality time.
Yeah, he's quality
Yeah.
time with your friends. I
Yeah.
love it. I like theaters. Uh, yeah, I just like going and talking and just discussing, like reading. If we read the same books, that's important. Uh, Traveling. So things.
Hmm. That's a long list. Good luck.
No, but like
How
I
many
give you a lot of options, right? Like potential.
and how many prospects are there in this list right now? On top of your mind? Or you're like none are prospect or everybody's prospect. You know what? That person is not a prospect.
You know what? We're sitting in Canary Wharf. It's a great area to meet great guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
Every morning I go out, I see, wow, everyone looks like a model.
Yeah.
Everyone like is a finance bro or tech bro or like a startup guy.
Yeah.
My type, yeah.
Hmm.
What about you? What is your quality time? Argue.
Oh no. My quality time is being alone by myself. It's like yeah, I'm gonna have my quality time.
So
So
you want her to give you space, right? And I'd be okay with
in
that.
a way, yeah.
Mm. I get it. No, it's the same for me. Like sometimes I just want to be alone.
Like in the nature by the
But
water. Hmm.
you want to be alone, but you don't want to feel lonely.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I mean,
Because sometimes
if
you
you're
feel
in a
like,
wrong relationship, you feel
yeah, you
lonely.
feel lonely.
If the person is giving you alone time in a good intention, then
Yeah.
you are not feeling lonely.
Yeah, yeah,
If the
yeah,
person is
yeah.
like, okay, go,
This is
I'm gonna
different.
party with my
Okay, okay. I
friends.
have a good question. Yeah. Oh, party with friends. What do you think about it? It's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on. It's a subjective answer there. Like, there's no yes or no answer, right? Party with friends, yes, but how much do I trust you with your friends, and how much?
But what will happen?
Huh?
What can happen? Like, it's such a guy thing to say something about partying. Like, girls go to party just
Oh
have
no,
a
definitely,
good
just to have
time.
fun. Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. What else can they do? Cheat? But she can cheat anywhere. Trust me. She doesn't need to go to party. Girls have a lot of options to cheat.
Wow.
You don't need to wait until she like late at
Fair. If she wants
night.
to cheat,
Yeah,
she cheats.
she will
Okay, I
cheat.
think same thing goes for guys as well. Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah,
right? It's not like if you intend to cheat, you will cheat. You will not like
yeah.
just by prohibiting someone from doing a certain activity, they will find another way.
So if the person is comfortable with each other, they're like, yeah, I trust you. You do what you do.
Yeah.
So partying versus yeah, I mean, my answer would be something like that. They're
Mm.
like, I got to trust that person so much because that's when we'll be in a relationship,
Yeah.
and only once the trust is established, that's when
But I think people judge by themselves.
that's true.
Yeah.
Because if they would do something wrong,
Yeah. Or
they'll be like
they
the other person who do the same
Yeah,
thing.
or
Yeah.
if they know that they tend to lose control when they're like drunk. I can say, okay, you're judging by yourself.
I'm not.
I see you. I see you.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't drink, for example.
Okay.
So like for me, when I go to party, I literally go and dance and talk to friends and
Mm.
like, yeah, have fun.
Hmm.
But nothing can happen,
Okay.
unless I decide something isn't
You
gonna happen.
decide something
Yeah.
should happen. That's yeah.
Yeah,
That's fair
but
point.
then if you make this decision, like
Hmm.
it's over, right? You will not. You cannot like just put you in a prison, like don't do
Yeah.
anything.
We can't
If
do
you want
that.
to leave, you're gonna leave.
Yeah.
If you want to cheat, you're gonna cheat. Like
Yeah.
there is no point to even worry about that.
Yeah. I am not
Relax.
in a relationship right now, so
Yeah.
I don't have much thought
Yeah.
about it.
You don't think.
Yeah. I
No,
don't.
because
I
like guys bring it up like
Yeah, a
all the
lot.
time
Yeah.
partying. Like I was like, why do you care?
Yeah.
Or go party together.
Yeah. Party together
Yeah.
or whatever it is. Yeah. Like you said, like you want a guy or a partner who's engaging with you rather than Yeah.
I think that's the sad part if people have different ideas of a good time,
Hmm.
and then if a guy doesn't like to go party and like, or if, for example, for some people partying means drinking,
Yeah.
right? And then they intentionally avoid partying because they don't want to drink,
Fair.
so they don't go.
Yeah.
And then, but like the other person in the relationship, they don't have such a problem or such an attitude, they go, and then there is like,
Yeah, that's a different problem.
yeah,
Yeah.
and now like he can go with you because he can't control himself, and
Yeah.
then there's a problem, and then someone's upset, and then you break up,
Yeah.
and then there is no relationship.
That's a different
So in
problem.
no
Yeah.
relationship is no problem, basically.
Relationship is filled with problems. Just that how do we maneuver through it is the
But
thing.
I think it really shouldn't be. I think like if it's the right relationship, it should be easy. No,
Yeah. I haven't been in one, so I don't know. So,
you haven't been in the right relationship.
yeah.
Sad.
Says the person who's full.
Who never loved you.
Yeah.
No,
No,
but
it's
I'm
sad
just
ideally.
waiting
Yeah.
for I'm waiting for a right relationship to happen, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you need some patience,
Yeah.
focus,
A good
be
list of
wise,
whatever.
a
Yes.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah, the list,
Yeah.
exactly. I don't know.
Hmm. Interesting.
You know what? Another question that I asked my guy friends, and like, no one can give me a good answer, right? Like, I ask, so how to say, why would you decide to date someone, you know? 'Cause
Why wouldn't
no, 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 no. Listen. Like, for example, if they date someone, I'm like, why would you date this girl? And they would say, oh, it's just because I'm happy with her and she's attractive. Or like, we have a good time.
you? Hmm.
That's not the kind of answer a
That's not
girl
the.
would say.
Yeah, yeah. It's a deeper essence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because why? What's the difference between like dating someone exclusively being in a relationship or just like hanging out and like going dates or whatever?
I think if we go deeper, what do human beings crave the most?
Yeah.
It's to be loved than to love fundamentally. So I think subconsciously we are convincing ourselves that if I am exclusive with somebody, if I'm loving
They love
somebody,
me
love
only
me.
me.
So yeah, I
Do
think
you think that people lie when they say I love you or they don't mean it?
yeah, people do lie. People don't mean it as well. I mean, especially like okay, bye, take care, bye, love you.
Love you.
That's a different love you,
Yeah.
where it's like I really love you from the bottom of the heart, where you get it right. It's also like our words are vibrations, so when
Yeah.
the person mean it, you
Do you
feel
think
it.
they can mean it very early on?
It depends on what the other person is going through. Let's say a person has gone through a very traumatic experience
Hmm.
and they saw somebody being really kind to them, they'll be like they're really available. They'll be like, wow, I really want this person in my life. While the other person who has gone through a pretty nice childhood and upbringing and pretty happy life, the other person is like, what's wrong with you? Like because they have sometimes you
Yeah.
appreciate what you don't have as such, right?
Hmm.
So
Oh, I love you.
yeah, so for them it'll be like, yeah, because
That's
I've heard,
smart answer.
yeah.
Intelligent.
Oh wow,
Not
finally a
bad.
compliment.
You know what? I think I'm a bully on my podcast.
Yeah,
There's a bully on the inside of me that just wakes
yeah.
up. No, yeah, it's a good answer. Cause like I was like, why would some people say it like just like that? You know?
Yeah.
Cause for me, even even like with friends who I'm friends for years, right? I would I wouldn't be sure, right? Or like I would have time to think, what do I really love you? Like what
Hmm.
love means for me,
Hmm.
or like what would I do for you, right? Because
Hmm.
maybe for me it's like very action based, like what would I do for you? And
Hmm.
for me it means like how much I love you, right? Like
So the love languages are different.
no, but like isn't it the same for everyone though? Like if you say I love you but you're not ready to sacrifice or you're not ready for the fight for this person to be in your life or you are not ready to like grow as a person to like match up,
Hmm.
is it even love? I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't think so as well. Yeah. Yeah. It's not.
So it's like, and some people just say it, like,
Hmm.
but it's just like, I feel like it's the same as I like you,
Yeah,
sometimes.
the generic part. But I think one definition of I love you is that I'm gonna take care of myself for you, and you take care of yourself
It's
for
so
me.
selfish,
No, it's not
no?
selfish, right? It's like I'm gonna heal myself and fix myself and improve myself for you, so that you don't have to. And okay, I don't know, it came out wrong. It's again an Instagram reel, just quoting them, just trying to get some. Yeah, be the wise guy here.
The
But
older, wiser,
the older wiser
mansplaining.
guy. Did you mansplain here?
No,
No.
no, no. You just
Yeah.
try to remember this Instagram quote.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's mostly like love is when you take care of yourself for the other person and not for yourself. Like I am improving
Oh,
for you because I love you. That's why I'm improving myself for you.
it's part of it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then it becomes a little conditional. I want you to improve yourself for me. No, that's a different
Yeah,
tone
that's
there.
interesting, right? Like, do you love someone if you want? Well, also yes, I feel like because sometimes people I love, I really want them to grow because I love them, you know. Because otherwise, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I can if I. That's the weird thing. Like, that's the question, right? Like,
Yep.
because on one hand, I love you means I accept you who you are,
Hmm.
but also for me, I love you means I'm gonna fight for you for your growth, you know?
But the other person also should know what growth means to use the same definition for them as well.
True, true. You're right. Yeah.
As simple as cleanliness. Like if one partner cares about the cleanliness of the house, other person is like pretty scattered. It's like it's all right.
Or maybe you earn enough so you can afford a housekeeper.
Yeah. Now that solves some of the problems.
I think such a
So money solves.
surface, but yeah, money solves a lot of things. Like it's not. I think it's such a surface level thing. I think anything that can be solved with money is not an actual problem.
Fair.
Yeah, you just need to earn
So housing,
more.
housing is not a problem.
Well, actually not. I mean, like you do not need to focus on another person to solve that. You need to focus on like, okay, let's.
Get your job done.
No, yeah, exactly. Like you can sit together and say how we can make more money, right? Like how we can improve our income, like how we can improve our situation. You can actually work together toward that.
Mhm.
So like you work on a common problem, you don't work on each other, right? No, like you go clean, like it's
Yeah.
stupid.
You gave a very serious answer for my stupid question, but good one.
I'm a deep, deep person, you know.
Yeah, you're the wise one,
Hmm.
not mansplaining here.
It's a woman's playing here, yeah. No, but that's true. I don't think like so many people talk about that. It's not even a problem.
No,
Like
absolutely. No,
it's
that's a
silly.
good point which you mentioned. If money could solve the problem, it's not a genuine problem.
It's not. So the problem is that like maybe a person
Falling out of love.
that's sad. No, no, no. It's like for example, no, even if we don't talk about romantic love, right? Like talk about people in your life you care about, your family, your friends, right?
Hmm.
Like some people like okay, they are like they're not emotionally developed, right?
Mm. Are you
Sometimes you
pointing
don't.
at me?
Akhil.
Yeah.
Akhil. By the way, since you brought it up, no, but like some people, okay, you are not emotionally developed. It's okay. Like we can hang out and do fun stuff, and then you continue living your life not being emotionally developed. And like I don't really care, right? Like I'm not gonna spend my time to fix you, whatever. I accept you who you are, right? There are certain things that we have in common. Maybe we have certain hobbies together, right? Like we do stuff together. Maybe we do business together. But in your private life,
Hmm.
do whatever you want. Maybe you are even in a toxic relationship, whatever. Like it's your choice. I would say it's your choice. You choose to live this way. It's fine, right?
Okay.
But ouch, ouch, ouch.
Sorry, I didn't let you.
To make you look at you like seriously, that's your attitude towards me. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like but some
But
people
yeah.
you're gonna but it's like because it takes a lot, right, for you to try to change the person and like to point out the problem and explain that to them that they actually have a problem, you know, because sometimes people are so comfortable and they are like
So self-awareness.
yes, yes, they're not self-aware but they're comfortable in that. But if you
Mm.
really really love them, you will try to make them self-aware because you want them to be happier.
Think that our parents were trying to do the same thing with us, right? We turn to be our own parents as we grow up with our loved ones. It's like,
Yeah,
do this. It's for
Yeah.
your good.
Exactly, yes, that's what we do, right? Like we
Yeah.
go, we meditate, we're like we read books, we're like
Wow.
we're trying to save, but that's the maturity when you become your own parents, that's what I
Mm,
understood. Like you literally, and also it doesn't even, not just fixing but also being kind to yourself,
mm.
like because we.
I was never kind to myself. I realized it very later in life,
Mhm.
and it helps. Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah.
yes.
Go on. I mean, I just interrupted because I felt to say that.
No,
I'm being kind to myself. Yeah.
no, that's all right, because like, you know what, like for example, if you are a high achiever, right?
Mm,
You study well, right? Like you go to good school, for good jobs in business, right? You're very success oriented,
mm.
right? You just used to living in that mode, but
Yeah.
also you have your like people who love you, and they will always say you're doing enough, don't worry, right? Like if you're going through a bad time, like
Mm,
you're stressed, and then they're like, no, you're doing well, take it, go make sure that you eat good food, for example, right?
mm,
Make sure that you have time to have fun, right?
mm,
But you always have this person, like if you're, I guess you're like enough, right? Maybe it's your mom, maybe it's your like parent,
mm,
whatever. But then one day they're not there, and then you're still in this like high achiever mode, and then you have to be this person to yourself and say, actually no, Fariza, you're doing enough, like
mm.
you did well today, you deserve, like, it's not that you deserve, you have to have the time off, right? You
Yeah.
have to have
Take a
fun, right?
break and
Yes, you,
reflect.
yeah, just be proud of yourself, right?
Mm,
And like that's the growth point and the maturity point, because you're not relying on other person to be there for you, you have to
mm.
be there for yourself, and you have to be self-sufficient and resourceful.
So deep. And it's really deep. I didn't expect that
Oh, from me or at all?
from you.
Ah,
Yeah,
ah.
interesting. Yeah, because I realized it very late to be kind to myself because I used to beat depression with more pressure, so that so
Mm-hmm.
that's like living in denial.
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
have this
like,
problem. Oh,
yeah.
let me go deeper into it. So that
Mm-hmm.
problem is not even a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but that's not the right way of
And it's
living,
not
right?
helping,
It's not helping.
because you're just more depressed.
Yeah, or you're just delaying the depression for
Exactly,
next quarter
exactly,
or something.
exactly.
Yeah,
And you're just not even have time to acknowledge that actually, yeah, and maybe sometimes you're just tired, and that's
yeah,
okay to be tired, and that's okay to be like down,
yeah.
and like go through things.
That's why Gen Zs are pretty much self-aware on like I need a mental health day. There are different point of views for that. Like how are they trying to see that and
Like
how
too
they
many
want to do it.
mental health days, not okay. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I'm gonna
Like
take
you're
my.
okay.
It's my day two
Shut
at
up.
work today, and I need a
Yeah,
mental health day for
yeah.
a week.
No, you don't. You're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So it's an interesting topic.
Mm.
By the way, okay, I don't want to talk about it. That's
No,
a
no, no, no,
different
no.
topic.
Go.
No,
Say,
about
say it.
mental health and
Uh-huh.
climate. I'm giving a talk end of next month.
Oh,
Yeah,
mental health and climate
yeah, and Gen Z.
and Gen
So
Z.
all the problems together.
Three main problems. But I think I'm technically Gen Z. I don't know.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, I am
95 and below is Gen Z, according to McKinsey's report.
95.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you're definitely a Gen Z.
Oh wow! So I'm part of the problem.
You are.
Oh well, I'm so sorry.
Uh,
Yeah,
so am
that's
I.
why I don't love anyone. I'm selfish. I
But
only
you
care
know
about
what?
my mental health.
But Gen Zs are the most intentional, purpose-driven generation than any other generation. Like they know exactly what
You
they
are not.
want.
Are you Gen Z?
I'm Gen Z.
Also, we are both Gen Z.
Yeah, but I don't accept I'm Gen Z.
I don't identify as
I don't
Gen Z.
identify myself as Gen Z, but
I identify as millennial.
yeah, who's not the
Uh,
problem?
it's a whole another problem.
That's a whole different problem.
Yeah.
Of first you realize like you're the problem.
I actually have a good question. Does age matter in relationship?
Age, as they say, is just a number. It's like how does size matter in a relationship? Same thing with the age as well.
Does
It's
height matter in relationship?
but I think it's a level of emotional maturity because
Hmm.
relationship is all about emotions fundamentally. It's not. I mean, yes, looks, money, stage of life matters,
Yeah.
but the core essence of relationship is the emotional maturity of each other.
So
So,
how old?
sorry, what?
How old were your girlfriends? Or like people you dated?
I dated, most of them were like similar age.
Did you ever
I
date?
think one was elder to me and which was in a really good relationship, but then
How much elder?
1 year, 1 year.
It's not even a
Yeah, I mean
difference. I don't
that's
consider it an age
yeah,
difference.
that's not a huge age
Mm.
difference, but yeah, that was because I feel I claim to be more emotionally matured sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes super emotionally unavailable. So if somebody who understands these emotions, right, they'll be like, they understand, okay, that's this person being him.
Mm.
While then when I'm dating somebody else who's similar like me,
Mm-hmm.
I can't tolerate that person. It's like, what's wrong with this person? Then I realize, like, oh, that's me. It's just a reflection.
Mm.
So, so to answer your question, I think it's the level of emotional maturity on
Yeah,
how much we accept each other.
I agree.
Yeah. So age is just,
Would you date someone like significantly older than
now
you?
what is significantly older?
Okay, let's start with 5 years,
Oh yeah, I think that's fine.
10 years.
Below 70 years is fine. You said abundance, right? So,
About
just kidding.
sexy granny, sugar mommy.
But I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. I would prefer. I would. I don't know the age part, to be honest.
Mm,
Definitely not above 40 or 35, I would say.
okay,
Uh,
fair.
but mostly I would prefer somebody. I don't know, dude. The age part. I'm just contradicting myself. Like, it's the emotional maturity.
But did you like ever ask out a girl who is
Oh
significantly
no, no,
older?
because I was hanging out with people in my age range. But
Yeah,
funnily, in London, my most of my friends, female friends, are like
older.
older.
Okay, maybe one. It's one.
I don't
You
know,
have only
but
friends.
all older, like, less than 35, 34. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, because we can communicate and we can talk and, like, yeah, what it is. But I don't know, like, that's the circle I'm now.
Mm,
I'm new to London,
mm.
and my circle's like locals and people I meet through locals, and it's only work. And I think people in the West get serious with their work life after 30s. Before 30s, it's like they're exploring what they really
Yeah,
want to do.
yeah,
While in the Eastern European Asia side,
yeah. Mm.
by 22, you got to know what shit are you up to and go for it. And
Otherwise, you're a loser.
you're a loser, exactly
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So
Mm.
I think that's so it's again, it's not my problem, it's the society's.
It's not me. It's
It's
them.
not me, it's
Wait, what
just
about like 19, 20-old girls, college
I
girls?
college girls. I did spend time with them, just that I don't think. I mean, I don't think. I mean, I don't. I mean, what am I saying? I mean, I was about to
Why?
say.
Why are you reacting so
I
weirdly?
was. I was. I was about to say that
Mm.
on the emotional maturity side, because they're
Mm.
also figuring out what it is. But to be honest, I'm also figuring out. I'm in the journey of what I
Yeah,
need
you
and what
obviously
I.
figuring things
Yeah,
out.
yeah, figuring things out.
You are not.
Definitely.
He's not sorry, guys. Like, don't go for it.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
a mess.
pretty much. So
But
when
me too, so it's fine.
I like how you subtly sweetened it in a way.
I'm being mean, but also like,
Yeah, yeah. It's a
but
good
also
one.
kind.
Kind, yeah.
Yeah.
Subtle
Balanced.
balance in a way.
Yeah,
Diplomat.
diplomat. Yeah. Oh, you know my Myers. Do you know your Myers Briggs? Oh, you don't. Mine is debater.
Oh
ENFP.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm an
Yeah.
advocate. Yes, I'm an
Ah,
advocate in that. The
okay.
NF something, right? Yeah, I was forced to do that by a person. So
Me too.
I'm an advocate. But you know what? Funnily, in 2016, I was
You know
in.
what? Sorry, one guy
Uh-huh.
asked me out because in previous podcast, I told my in my Myers Briggs, and then he watched my podcast and said, "Oh, I'm also ENFP. Like, let's go."
See, it actually helps, right? But
No.
people changes, because I was an entrepreneur,
Oh,
my
sorry.
thing in 2016,
Yeah.
and now I'm an advocate.
Um,
Back then, what my values were, it changed.
same. I think I
Yeah,
was like a
really nice person.
man,
You still are, but yeah.
but a bit less.
No, you are continuing being a nice person
Yeah, but like on a different level.
in a different level. Yeah.
that people change. No,
People say, yeah,
I don't change. I just like open up. Like
yeah,
I don't feel the need to hide my
that's a good
mean
thing.
and bullying side
Yeah, you're just
anymore.
being open, authentic in a way.
Exactly.
That's the
Yeah.
most attractive trait of any human being, to
Oh,
be
thank
authentic
you.
self.
You're
Yeah, yeah.
being kind now.
No, no, honestly, because
Mm.
being authentic is really hard.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody likes to sugarcoat. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you did well, but unfortunately,
Yeah, yeah,
we do
yeah. We had so many great
great
candidates on
candidate,
such a
but
great
it's not
level.
you, it's
Yeah.
me. So
Yeah.
can you
No,
just be
it's
like,
you. It's
yeah,
actually
it's
you.
like, just be upfront with it. So
Yeah.
authenticity is really hard. And I think another
People
part on the
direct it.
relationship, which
Yeah.
is like, I prefer authenticity because I'm trying to be as authentic as
Yeah.
possible, because it's like I don't have to pretend, because previously I was not authentic. I was trying
Mm.
to be the ideal version of myself,
Mm.
which I was not.
Yeah.
And I realized that that doesn't help, because deep down, during some time, your real self will come out.
Exactly.
So
Or you end up being scared to show your real self
yeah,
because then you feel you're gonna jeopardize your
yeah,
relationship.
and
Yeah.
that's a whole,
That's not good.
yeah.
It's better. You know what my aunts would say, that show your worst self in the very beginning,
So
like
that
on the
if they can
first.
tolerate that, they'll be
Yes,
like,
then
yeah.
there is a potential, because you don't want like, because like if you just pretend to be this perfect person,
Yeah,
and like you're not even gonna be perfect, you're just perfect by your own standards,
yeah.
right? Like it's not even perfect for
There's no
them.
right
Yeah,
definition of
yeah,
perfect in a way, right?
exactly.
Yeah. Hmm.
So we're happy that we show our mean sides early on. There's
Authentic
a potential
sides.
to be friends,
Yeah, we
right?
just
Yeah,
say authentic side.
exactly.
Actually, it's mean side, but we say it's authentic.
That is our
It's the authentic side of why.
I don't think we're even that mean, right? We're
No,
just
we're being kind.
we're so kind.
Honestly kind. Or whatever.
Honestly,
Yeah, yeah.
wholesome,
Wholesome.
wholesome
Yeah,
people. That's
yeah.
my favorite word, wholesome.
It reminds me of food when you say wholesome grains and wholesome. So yeah.
Someone called me 80% wholesome.
Okay. That's a good sign because you're healthy.
I don't think so. Not
Hopefully,
from this person.
none said you gluten free or something like that.
No, no,
Hmm.
no. What were we talking about before?
We were talking about. Well, in my mind, just wholesome things running right now because wholesome grain, wholesome food.
This is
But we are
such a
talking about
humor.
what? What are we talking about? Authentic. Uh,
Being authentic, showing your worst. But like how? Okay, would you tell your like did do you think you did bad stuff in your past?
yeah, pretty much.
So do you think you should tell about that early on? Yeah, like,
It depends on their emotional maturity as well. Because I don't want to traumatize them by saying,
what did
"Dad,
you
what's
do
wrong with this guy?" I
to
was like, "Whoa, that's one thing."
yeah.
Okay, now see exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you think you want to share?
no,
Okay.
no.
It's a no.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a
I'm
definite
not
no.
emotionally mature to like to handle that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think even I am not emotionally mature to speak about it in a way. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, if I would definitely share it. It's not like I'm not going to share it, but it's going to
Yeah.
be at a stage where it's
They're
in a
already like attached and they cannot
no.
escape. They're already in love.
Oh,
They're
it's
like, oh
like
my god, what I'm gonna do now?
I think before anything is to put a stage for context, like what was the backstory, and then why a certain decision was made or what
Hmm.
certain things happened. Then you
Mm-hmm.
see that if the other person understands or not, and it's totally understandable if the other person don't understand
Yeah.
because the backstories are different,
Yeah.
right? So
But don't you think that we should judge a person about who they are now? Like, why doesn't even
oh
matter?
no,
What
that matters, right? Because that's
is it?
those bad moments or the worst moments is which builds character. Great moments never builds character. Great moments builds all the bad things you need in life: pride, envy, whatnot, anything. I mean, it boosts self
So,
confidence as well. It helps you do greater stuff. But like they say, right, like failures and mistakes are the best teachers in a way. So if I've not been in a relationship, much serious relationship, but I personally think that I'm grateful to all past exes because I had my closure was sending them a very good gratitude and apology note on where I messed it up, and
oh,
that's why I
so
think I'm kind of
sweet.
friends with them. Like for me, it was a closure kind of stuff, but I'm genuinely grateful for that because I know that because I hated clingy people in the beginning, but then eventually I became a clingy person, and then I was like, oh. So when I realized what it was, then I sort of acknowledged it. So the point is that What was the point again?
Should you tell bad stuff from
Yeah,
your
you
past?
should. You should tell depending on what stage it is, because that bad stuff.
Mm.
See any superhero story, right? Any Marvel character. Forget Disney. Marvel is on that
Why
Disney.
do you think I'm obsessed with this?
Because you have all this idealistic world of the relationship and everything. I'm being authentic here, honest here.
Honest, direct.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
appreciate it.
But if you see any superhero or supervillain, it's again I'm quoting from an Instagram reel, is that a superhero and a supervillain both has a same backstory.
Yeah.
It's like I went through trauma. I got traumatized.
Yeah.
I got like scars and I went through war, etc. A villain and hero both has the same backstory. But the villain's backstory is that I went through this worse and I'm gonna make sure everybody's gonna suffer for this. And the hero's backstory is that
Mm.
I've gone through this worse. Let me make sure nobody else goes through the same thing, and I'm gonna empower people
That's so
about it.
smart.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the
Yeah.
backstory matters. So when I'm telling this backstory to the person, the
Mm.
worst stories or whatever, it depends on does that person sees me as a
Superhero, supervillain.
superhero, supervillain, pretty much.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I like it.
So it's not on me again; it's their problem. Whatever
Now
they
it's
pick.
your problem.
Yeah.
Now it's on you.
Yeah,
Yeah, now it's
it's on you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but why do you think girls like Disney and guys like Marvel superhero
No, I
stories?
just put a stereotypical statement here
No,
right
no, no,
now.
no. But I think there is a
No, I
yeah.
think girls even like Marvel pretty
True.
much now
I
nowadays.
just don't
Not
like Marvel.
oh yeah, you like DC or you just don't like any superhero thing. You like Disney princess characters.
I don't even like Disney. The only like I didn't grow up with Disney. I only like Lion King.
Oh,
My favorite.
so nepotism. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but
No, no,
yeah,
no. He's like he had to overcome.
yeah,
You know, he had to get rid of guilt. He
yeah,
had to like resurrect.
yeah.
What are you talking about? You
Yeah.
didn't understand. You're
I
not
did.
deep enough to understand this. You know
Yeah.
that how the treasure that this
It has both
actually
sides,
is.
right? I mean, because I had the same argument with the person. It's like, oh, so you like nepotism? I was like, wait, what? It was like the king's son should be the king. He also,
Or maybe I like it a
oh,
little
that's also interesting point of view. That's what
bit.
creative people have different point of view. They kind of messes up with your brain. You'll be like, wow.
Mm,
But yeah, but yeah, Lion King again because
yeah,
of that traumatic experience is what
yeah.
made him the better king. I've never watched Lion King too, so I don't
I
know how
don't
it is.
think it made him a better king. It's more like it's actually about overcoming the
Past.
yeah shame,
Yeah.
guilt, you know, blaming yourself and
Wow. Yeah.
what this
I mean, I don't know, for some reason it just hit me. I just said that. I was like, wow,
wow,
yeah, yeah.
I should, you
It's
should, you
all,
know.
it's all about,
Yeah, because it's like you are not defined. Like once you, that's what I say. Why do you even need to like give a backstory? Because like you are not actually defined by your past. Because like you can recreate yourself every day. And if I like
yeah.
decide from this day that I'm gonna be this person, I don't think anything else should matter, right?
It depends on, because we are just, we're not
We
born
are
today,
what we
right?
are.
Yeah. Because we were born today or yesterday, we are whatever we are
You
because of
think
our
you're born
previous.
every day, no? That
You're
was my
so deep right now.
no, that's what my grandmother used to say. Like you, every time you fall asleep, you die, and every time you wake
Wow,
up,
yeah.
you like you're born again. You're a new human, and you can do everything like differently.
So every day you gotta apply for a job, every day.
Exactly what I do, bro.
I am sorry, I didn't mean that, but
No, that's literally my life right now.
yeah. So you're actually dying and living every single day.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
We're living on the edge, dude. Like we are all just existing, and you're the one living.
I'm living in the present.
You're
I mean,
living in
in
the
the
present, in the moment.
moment.
It's like
Every day is special. No, but
yeah,
yeah,
interesting.
you say backstory is important.
I think yeah, because I care
Yeah.
about backstory. Even if I buy something, I don't care about the brand logo. I like the backstory more than the logo.
But you know what? I find it's weird when people try to like, what's your trauma? You know, what's your like
Oh no,
past
I
or
mean
whatever.
obviously you shouldn't be like, oh, so what was your worst trauma? It shouldn't be as such. It's like, when you're comfortable enough with each other, you
Yeah.
don't have to ask, people start sharing. That's when you know that, oh, we are vibing, or the chemistry, or whatever you
Mm,
say, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so I think yeah, because even I don't reveal it unless I am comfortable whether the other
Mm.
person is, emotionally mature enough, or am I going to scar that person by saying this? Like, what's wrong with this guy? I'm in friends with him. I'm going to block him, or they'll be like, I respect what you went through and you have grown into a person. I mean, in the military, I didn't go to military, but in the military, there's this term called post-traumatic growth as well.
Yeah.
So the trauma will help you grow. Now, I think
Hmm.
I personally experienced it, like me being a good listener. I think I'm a good listener right now than what I
Are
was.
you?
Yeah, I mean, it was -10. Now I might be -5. So it's improving. But yeah, so I think the backstory helps
Hmm.
because you get to know, like you said, the more time you spend with each other, you get to know each other,
Hmm.
and you know that okay, what were their upbringing and
I
what
mean,
did they do.
yeah, as long as it doesn't like define you, like like you don't justify your every action because of your past or whatever.
So another good point is that if somebody is being very vulnerable and
Yeah,
sharing their
yeah.
past with, let's say I'm sharing something with you,
And then here
it's
judging you,
yeah,
being mean
no,
and
so
bullying you.
that's there. But on the other hand,
So be
now
prepared.
it's your responsibility to keep my trust because I'm sharing something with you.
Why you put this responsibility on me? That's too much.
That's it. Yeah. So when
Yeah.
people are sharing something, it's we think that oh now I can use this something against you anywhere I want, or it's like this person has trusted me with their deepest darkest stuff.
Hmm.
Now it's my
I will be
responsibility
like,
to.
why did you tell me?
Yeah.
What the hell?
See,
What the
that's
hell?
another one. It's like
So how am I gonna leave from now on? Knowing this secret I cannot tell anyone, and
yeah,
I want to. Don't tell
yeah.
me your secrets, guys. Just kidding.
Tell me all your secrets, but yeah, I trust.
Are you a trustworthy person? Do you
uh,
keep secrets well?
I think I don't communicate well, so I kind of keep secrets well. If I communicate really
Uh,
well, that's when I'll be like, oh, you know what, this happened. So
gossip.
I don't communicate well, so like yeah.
Uh,
So I'm improving on my communication,
mm,
like so that I'm sure I'm not give up the gossip or something as such, but it's more on like I generally like to listen and sometimes I don't even listen and like, but the other person feels like they're listening. But
just
now
vibing.
I try to listen and because when somebody's listening to you, you feel that,
Hmm.
and when somebody's not listening to you, you feel that. So yeah.
Mm. Do you think you're a trustworthy and reliable person?
Well, nobody would say they're not.
Exactly
Yeah.
right.
So I don't know whether I'm fully trustworthy or reliable all the time.
Hmm.
Because, like I said, sometimes my emotional maturity is 16 years old.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
So how would manifest yourself your untrustworthiness and unreliability?
Oh no. So that's what. So I was whatever I said. It's like a message to me. If somebody's sharing something with me, it's like I feel it's my responsibility to
Hmm.
not
Share with other
share it
people,
with other people because somebody trusted their.
but sometimes you do.
No, I don't. I just journal it down and because I'm sharing it with somebody, right? Even
Yeah.
I'm writing, it's like you said, there are two inner child or a parent inside you
Yeah.
who's
Yeah.
like trying to be what it is,
Yeah. Mm.
and that's what it is.
Mm.
Hmm.
So you never like spilled anyone's secrets, even to your mom.
No, I think I've just spilled my secrets,
Okay.
being open with them, but I've never. Uh, I think I might have. Okay, it's just that I'm not aware of it. I'm sure I might have.
Accidentally,
I
yeah.
might not accidentally, also
Oh.
maybe intentionally, but I did not care about it. It's like, oh, was it a secret? I thought it's a known stuff.
Did you do it like on purpose, or
Not
you
on
actually
purpose.
didn't think it's a
I
secret?
literally didn't think about the secret.
Ah,
But I don't remember, to be honest, because I did not pay much attention whether it was a secret kind of stuff. But now I'm trying to be more intentional.
like, is it a
If
secret?
it's because if somebody says
Yeah,
something really
yeah,
this is not shareable, you
yeah,
know that okay, this is
yeah,
confidential. It's not like there's an NDA sign. It's a trust
yeah.
NDA sign.
I would say like I'm telling it to you in confidence. Like I would actually,
So you're giving a disclaimer.
yeah,
Yeah.
disclaimer.
So you're
Like
good with communication. So
yeah, no, that's true because like otherwise, that's the thing, right? Like you cannot just assume stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, because some people are just like easily talk about their stuff with everyone, and like
yeah.
sometimes I think, oh, you told it to me, but actually they told it to everyone. So like, oh, okay, I'm not special. I'm not special at all. Or it is their way to like connect, to
That's
like
also fair, right? Like
yeah,
common enemy or common interesting topic
yeah,
to
yeah,
talk.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Mm.
yeah, maybe that's why I'm boring. You said it.
To be fair, I say to everyone, I say my biggest problem in life is boredom. And like getting tired of people.
You're reading really good books. If you read some of the self help books, they say that if you are able to sit alone and be bored for long time, You can solve any problem in the world.
Really, I
Yeah.
can. Guys,
And what problem are you solving?
I know only one. Well, the world can wait for a second.
Yeah.
But then I'm coming for you as well, yeah.
You're just preparing. It's like,
I'm preparing,
you're preparing for that,
for my hero journey.
and the hero entry as well. When
Exactly.
the fire's about to burst, when
Yeah.
it's gonna, that's when you're gonna like,
I just say like one day I'm just gonna win big. I don't need incremental.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like disrupt.
oh, you're a gambler. You go
No,
all in.
I just believe in my luck, in my
Yeah.
lucky star, like
Yeah.
Napoleon.
Okay. What happened to him at the end?
It's another story.
Yeah.
But I mean, like a lot of people ended badly, but before they had an amazing life.
Yeah.
I just choose the amazing part.
And then end up badly.
No, I don't have to, right? End up badly. You can choose like parts of.
Oh, you keep continuing your streak about amazing life, amazing life,
Yeah,
amazing
yeah,
life.
yeah.
How do you
better.
want to die if you want to die?
In my sleep,
Okay.
surrounded by family.
So you'll know that this day, this time I'm gonna die. So RSVP.
I don't. No, like I think you just want to die knowing that you know what, I don't regret anything in my life. I did what I wanted. Like I know that there are people, there are people I love. There are people who love me. Just like normal death. I don't wanna get strangled or whatever.
Okay. You just want to sleep and die.
Yeah, everyone wants that, no?
I don't know.
What do you want?
I don't want to die. That's
You don't
one thing.
want Never.
Yeah.
And I don't want that as well.
Yeah.
I want to live a long,
Yeah. But healthy way.
healthy,
Yeah.
young and hot.
Yeah, healthy,
I don't
young.
want to be a grandmother. I just want to be like forever 25, please.
Yeah.
In this perfect age. You're old already, so
Yeah. I'm gonna die soon, no?
yeah. 27 is like the rock star death age, right? Like Kurt Cobain.
Oh yeah, but I don't want to die. Like I said, it's a
But
lot.
you're not a rock star.
I'm not a rock
To be
star.
fair, yes.
Not even a star. It's just a rock lying there.
No, now you're a star of my podcast.
Oh yeah, you're making me a star.
Maybe you know what? Like my previous guest, like she got I think a couple of DMs after a podcast. Yeah, so maybe after this love and relationship podcast, you.
Yeah, I hope the existing people also don't unfollow me. That will be a greater part.
You didn't say anything bad though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were not. I wanted you to be more controversial, like more entertaining.
Because I don't
So
know who will watch it. But I was being me. Like I was being authentic myself.
Yeah.
And I just tried to be me.
Yeah. So what is the conclusion of our wonderful discussion? Don't go for love, go for money.
That's what to say. I like follow money.
Solves most of the problems. You know how?
No, it's not the problem. If money could solve a problem,
It's not a problem. Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's a very good.
That's a good takeaway.
Yeah, and then you can.
I think even adults don't know this stuff.
Huh?
Even adults don't have this insight that if money could solve it, it's not even a problem. Then what is the problem? Well, now that's a.
Yeah, and then
That's a
like you
different
actually talk about values and vision and like intention and purpose.
Yeah.
Important things.
Yeah.
And not who
It's
is gonna-
subjective. You talk to an investment banker, like what values is important, intention is important.
No, but like when you analyze a company, right? Like this is one of the. It's part of the framework of like business.
One of the framework.
Yeah, one of the frameworks. Yes, mission, vision, values.
But I'm not sure. I mean, you might know better. But what's the weightage of it?
What's what?
The weightage of vision and mission than anything else.
Because
Let's say I have a great. WeWork had a great
Yeah.
vision and mission.
Yeah.
And
I mean, then it's like a direction to which you align your like if you like decide to create a new product, right? Like that is aligned with your mission, vision, values.
yeah, we're going to business angle again. It's pretty easier in that. It's like okay.
I
Vision,
really
mission,
like to
values.
talk more about business and
Yeah.
love, which is honestly love is the most important business of your life. How do you say like the partners that you choose in life and the job that you choose in life define like 80% of your happiness?
Yeah, I think job you can switch, but the career what you pick matters.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
job and
career,
career
like
will
long
match.
term, I
Long
mean,
term part.
yeah.
Yeah.
So pick wisely.
Yeah.
Don't waste time.
Or no, do all the mistakes you can and then
Yeah.
learn from the mistakes.
Learn from the mistakes.
But disclaimer: don't share it with everybody.
Don't
Your
sh-
mistakes.
Don't overshare.
Yeah.
Don't ignore red flags. Have standards. don't overshare your past unless it's absolutely necessary. Or else go for your hero journey and
Yeah.
everything will be alright.
Okay,
Agree with
that's
it.
good.
We got a male perspective.
Yeah.
I think it was a human perspective.
Yeah, it's a human perspective.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
am I human?
You are officially human.
I am certified human.
Certified
Certified
human.
human.
The only humans on this podcast. No discrimination. No nothing.
Fair.
Yeah. Fair. Okay. Thank you very much. I hope this episode is not boring. We are not boring, I think.
I don't agree that, but okay.
That's okay.
That's
We're
okay.
just being ourselves.
Authentic self.
And whoever vibes with us,
Slide into our DMs.
because we're both single. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Alright, see
you.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Nice.
Wow.
Oh